do what you want them to do. So when you're working with birds, they never do what you want them to do. So we'll see how it goes. So everybody made it through week one. All right, give yourselves a hand there as my camera plays with its automatic lighting. I want to tell you why I'm so proud of you about week one. Okay, so you are tossed into a new class. You have a new instructor, new environment. You're online. You have all kinds of crazy schedules. Hello, Dominique. Hey, welcome. Last one in buys the pizzas. We'll give you addresses so you can deliver them. And so make sure it is hot and within 30 minutes or it is free to everybody, right? So just kidding. And so welcome. We are glad to have you here. And so, but yeah, the first week is hard. It is confusing and you guys flew through it brilliantly. Okay. So what do you do if you miss something? If you're like me, you cry. No, that's not what you do. You reach out to me. Okay. I understand life gets in the way. Boy, does it get in the way. And so, and things happen. So we do the responsible thing. We fix it. Okay. We fix it. That's all you do. Things are always going to happen. Things go wrong. They go wrong in your careers. People make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. Okay, I will probably make a mistake in this class, and you're going to go, Mr. Haley, what's going on? Blah 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 blah. Let me look at it. People make mistakes. Don't blow mistakes out of proportions. We fix them. That's what we do. So if you miss something, reach out to me and say, Mr. Haley, I missed this. Can you reopen it? Blah, blah, blah. Now, I have limitations that I have to work with. Okay, things I cannot open. I cannot open discussions. Okay, that is a college rule. That is not my rule. Can't do it. The reason why they don't let us open up discussions, they consider that participation. Look, bunny ears. Participation, that is the equivalent of you walking into the classroom and participating. So if you miss a day in class, you can't go back a day. So that's why no on the discussions. So please, every week, whatever you do, get those discussions done. And discussions require two posts, your original post and then one on another student. Now, if you look at the instructions in there, it says two other students. I only require one. I give you all a break. I know you guys are evening students, and it is tougher on the evening students. Don't y'all agree? Evening students kind of have it a little bit rougher. Yes, been there, done that. Okay, I want you to know that I don't require anything of y'all that I haven't had to go through myself. Okay, I worked at Denny's, I worked at Walmart, juggled two jobs, went to school, had to sleep in my car during while going to school. Been there. I'll never say I've had it exactly like you because I think you guys have it rough. You have incredibly tough schedules, and I understand, but I'll never say I have it like you. That would not be proper. That would be kind of condescending. Everybody's experience is different. Okay, but I can understand and I can sympathize, but I cannot be exactly in your shoes. For one thing, I wear a nice size loafer, and you probably wear something much more fashionable than I do, right? All right. Okay. So if you're missing something, let me know. Tell me what it is. Don't say open them all. Okay. That's kind of rude. Okay. The reason why I ask you to tell me which ones you need, I have to go back and manually open that for you. And it makes it easier for me to find it. The longer it takes for me to find it, the less time you have to do it. Because the maximum time you have to make it up is this Sunday. Okay. We have limits to how long we can open something up. So if you wait till Wednesday to tell me that you want something open, it's still Sunday. Got it? So, oh, here comes Victor. Everybody, shh. We'll surprise him when he pops up. We'll go, surprise. And so, oh, he's still in the dark. He's looking for the light switch. So, but anyway, so that's how these things work. Now, I sent things out to people who missed the daily class participation. watch this live session or watch the recording. When you watch it, there's a participation assignment. You have to have that participation assignment turned in by 10 p.m. to get attendance. Okay, that's the attendance. That participation assignment is also worth 100 points. If you're not doing it, not only are you not getting attendance, but you're missing out on 100 points a day. That 100 points adds up in a week. That's 400 points that you're kissing goodbye. Okay. So please don't do that. I can't give that back to you. Okay. Sorry. You can't make up attendance, and they don't want us to have you making up that participation. They want you in this class. Got it? So, okay. Everybody cool? Yes, yes. That's a thumbs up participation. Let's see those go up. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see you out there. I can see everybody out there. I need
Where's
to
the
see.
reaction thumb thingy? Hold on. Oh,
Okay.
just wait.
Do you
No,
see
just
it?
raising my hand. No, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. User error.
There you go. You got it. All right. So, and if you have questions, you can unmute your mic. You can talk if you prefer. That is quite all right. It is a classroom. We can joke, we can laugh. It is participation. You're quite capable of doing all those things because I want you to enjoy this class because we're learning about you. We've already learned a lot and it's showing because I'm getting resumes signed already as people are doing their resume meetings with career services and they're coming back and I'm looking through your resumes and it's impressive. Okay. A good resume makes people want to know more about you and want to pull you in for that interview. A bad resume, you'll never get a call. Okay, resumes are important. And so let's take a look at some of the things we did last week and why they were so important. So we're going to do some screen sharing here. And again, I've got screens all around. So if you see me looking around, I'm not just dizzying or spacing out. I could be, but most likely not. It's because I'm watching to see what's going on. And that way I can see if y'all need questions. Some people have a chat box, some don't. It depends on how you came into the live session. And oops, I lost my cursor there. So let's take a look. Quick rundown from week one. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so we started off. We talked about online presence in the discussion. You need an online presence of some sort because employers are going to search for you. It's one of those things. Employers are nosy. We talked about your personality. You take that online personality test. Now that's becoming a thing because they want to know where to place you in teams. So sometimes they are having you do a personality test. It's also a good way to see kind of how people perceive you. And so it's pretty interesting how those worked out. In this class, about 90% of what the results were of that personality test came back and people said, hey, yeah, that kind of describes me. So it's pretty interesting how those work. You'll notice every day there's that live conference participation assignment. Once you see what happens in here and you find out where it is, that's where you go for that day to respond. It's just blank. You don't see anything in there. That's where you go to respond. Okay, then the informational interview. You are asked to choose somebody that you want to interview in your field to find out more about your job. So this could be the instructor, somebody you know in the career field, etc., that you want to find out more. You just gave me the name. So now you're starting to dig deeper into your career field. Then you set up a resume session so that you can go to talk to career services. They're either going to help you create a resume or go over your current one and make it even better. So now we're building up you and preparing you for those careers because this is something that is ongoing. It keeps happening, this process. And then we learned about keywords. Go out there, find job posting, see what keywords are used in those job postings. Because we learned if those keywords are not on your resume, it doesn't matter how many applications you put in, you're never going to be selected. So now we're learning how to beat the systems, why you're not getting calls back. And those are very important things. We don't want to waste our time filling out applications if we're not going to get results. So now we're starting to build up better results. So, what's going to happen this week? So, this week, here's your readings. This is in your book. You can read it in the book or you can read it here. So, two chapters we're primarily going over this week, talking about personal brand and preparing for that interview. Now, some people go, I know how to do an interview. Well, we may all do, but we can always improve it. And I'll tell you, I'm going to give you some stuff that I've never had anybody go 100% through this without going, I didn't know something. Okay? We all learn and we learn from each other, and we're going to learn things about it. So tonight, we're going to have an assignment called an elevator pitch, which I'm going to get into that. But your discussion this week, you're going to talk about your worst interview ever. Anybody have a bad interview? Anybody? Am I the only one that's had a bad interview? If you've had a bad interview, let's see some emojis. Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be your discussion this week. So you can do it ahead of time. Remember, you can do things ahead of time if your time allows. Okay. So tell me about your worst interview. Think about what happened, what you learned from it, what you would do different. Or if you've never had a bad one, you don't get off the hook. Tell me about your best one. Remember, answer all parts of the item. Okay, this is something critical. Every job that or every career we teach at Southern Tech are detail oriented careers. You have to know how to read specs, you have to know how to read uh, patient charts, etc. So you have to be detailed oriented. Read all of the parts of the assignments so you know exactly what you're doing. Once you know what you want to answer, click on reply right there, then click on here, type your response, and then say post reply. Make sure you find another student and reply on them as well. Okay. My suggestion is everybody get in there, post both replies, close this assignment out for the week. If you only do your original reply, you're going to get a 70 on this assignment, maximum. Boom. You didn't complete the whole assignment. To get 100 points, you need to post your original one and reply to another student. Okay? What the other students post is just as important as what you've posted. See what your fellow students think about this. Okay? So that's what's going to come up. Now, just like you scheduled your appointment to go over your resume, you're going to schedule one for a mock interview. Now, I want you to, ooh, these dates are wrong. I'll correct these dates in here. These need to be corrected for this month. Okay. So I'll correct the dates in here. But basically, what you need to do is schedule the mock interview for next week. If you can get it in this week, that's fine. But next week is the latest you really need to schedule these mock interviews. Now, this mock interview is very important. It will actually affect 3 total assignments. It's going to affect this one, which is your scheduling. It'll affect the actual mock interview, and it will affect the debrief, where you talk about what happened in the interview. Now, this one, you're just scheduling your interview, and you're going to come in here, and this tells you based on your campus how to schedule it. Then you'll say start assignment. You'll do text entry, and you're just telling me when your mock interview is. This is different than your resume. Now, some campuses might let you do both at the same time, but that is rare because they want you to bring your resume to your mock interview. And this interview is to be taken just like you're interviewing for any real job. Okay. You should dress accordingly. You should ask questions, etc., like you are in a real interview. And that's how they're going to grade you. Notice I'm not grading you on the mock interview when you go to it. They will. They give me the grade and I will pass that back to you. Okay? They're going to ask you questions. They're going to check to make sure you're sitting properly, you're dressed appropriately, you're paying attention, you're answering questions fully. It will be treated just like a real interview. Okay? Then there will be a third assignment where afterwards I'm going to ask you, what did you think of the experience? What did you learn? If you schedule this mock interview and you do not show, you will not be able to participate in those other two assignments. And if you do not show, the points for this scheduling will be removed. Okay? You do not get to keep the points for scheduling if you do not show. All right? Everybody understand that? Everybody got that? Yes, yes? All right. And so, if for any reason you cannot go to the campus for these interviews, contact your career services department and see about doing a phone interview or a remote interview, either through Zoom, etc. But that is between you and career services. I do not do these mock interviews. That's between you and them. These are an incredible opportunity, so please take advantage of that. And like I said, I will change these dates in here. I didn't realize I didn't do that. See, I told you I make mistakes, and I'll correct them. All right. So the other thing that will be going on this week is that person that you said in week 1 that you're going to interview. This is where you talk about your interview that you did with them. So you're going to click Start Assignment up here. You're going to do text entry, and this is where you're going to type in what you found out during that interview. So some of the things that you should put in there. Number 1, tell me who you interviewed. Okay, make sure you tell me who you interviewed. Okay, name and occupation of the person you interviewed. Please include that. What did you learn about your career field? And any insight, things that you didn't know that you found out. And what did you learn that you will incorporate into your career plan? Did you find out anything that's going to change what you thought about your career? Okay. And why do you think this experience was good or bad? Or what didn't you like or like about it? And anything else you found out when you were talking to them. Now it says 250 words. If you answer these questions, you're easily going to hit that. All right. Any questions about this? We're good? Yes, yes. All right. And again, you can do these ahead of time. That's why I go over them so that if you have extra time through the week, you don't have to wait until that day to go ahead of, you know, to do that. Okay. Now, some of you are getting your resumes back and Career Services is forwarding them to me. I will put these in here for you. So check to see if you have your appointment with Career Services. I've received 2 back already. I'll put these in here for you. You'll see them graded. So you can either put them in here or I'll put them in if I've received them. And so once you have your appointment with them, you just attach it into this assignment. And then midterm, woo, 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 woo. So you're going to have a midterm this week. And I've been going over things, kind of pointing out things that will be on the midterm, but I do have help for you. Go to the home page right here under help, big red button. Right here, there is a midterm study guide. It is a PDF. You can download it or you can review it right on screen. Boom, there it is. There's the chapters at the pieces of information that you would need for the midterm, I suggest you have this handy when you go through the midterm. It's open book, it is not timed, so it's great to have this handy as you go through the midterm. And I'll talk more about the midterm when we get closer to it uh, later on in the week. All right. So, everybody good there? Yes, yes. We good so far? All right. Nobody's asleep yet. Hopefully that won't happen. So, when I came up, I had a background talking about personal brand. Everybody has a brand. So, we are kind of like a product. We market ourselves. Everybody has a brand. When people hear your name, they expect a certain quality. It is your reputation, either good or bad, and you create that. And if it's bad, you need to fix it. And it's harder to fix a bad reputation than to maintain a good one. And when I say you have a good or a bad reputation, I'm talking about how you work, your quality of work. Um, are you good? Do you do good quality? How are your business ethics? And as you go from job to job, there's a good chance your brand or your reputation will beat you there because your career is only so big. Your career field is only so big. And although you may think there's a lot of welders, there's a lot of HVAC technicians, there's a lot of MAs, there's a lot of vet assisting, your career field is smaller than you think. And people talk. How many people know people talk? And you hear even other students know who you are before you get introduced. I know the gossip channels work well on the campuses. You hear about so and so is great. They know their labs. They know how to weld. They know how to do this. They know how to do that. Stay away from so and so. Am I right? Gossip works great on the campus. Been there because since I'm not on the campus all the time, I come in and I sit and I hear y'all talk. Yeah, no shade. So, I hear y'all. The teacher gossip is good. I love hearing y'all talk about the teachers. It's a lot of fun and quite entertaining. I'm not saying it ain't true. I'm just saying it's quite fun and quite entertaining. So, your reputation will beat you to a lot of jobs, including that interview for that job. You want that dream job. So, you need to make sure you control you and you control your brand. And I've mentioned this before your work ethic, your lowest quality work, that is what you will be judged on. So always put 100%. If you're not putting 100% in everything you do, that is the level you will be judged on. Okay? So try to maintain that at all times. We don't always do that, but that's what we're going to be judged on. Okay? So let's get to getting here. And I'm going to find my cursor here, slide it over to the iPad. And we are going to start this off. And here we go. And we are going to start this. I don't know why this isn't showing up properly here. Hold on one moment. I need to move this. Hmm. It doesn't want to play it on the right one. So let me switch to a different pin, different device. but luckily it's got a pin as well. So let me see if this one will work. Okay, that one's not going to work there. Not sure why it is not running on the right machine. Try this one more time. Gotta love technology when it works. Okay, we're gonna try it here. Here we go. I'm using a cursor or a mouse, so it may not be the best, but we're gonna try it. All right. So we're going to talk about the importance of a personal brand because it is important. And we're going to talk about a brand statement. And what's important about a brand statement is a statement is one sentence. And we're going to talk about a personal commercial. So it sounds like we're marketing a product. In a way, we are marketing ourselves. Now, personal brand is your reputation. Now, I'll tell you right now, this is on the midterm. It is your reputation. A personal brand and reputation, they are the same thing. Okay. Now, it's going to define your aptitudes. Those are your natural talents, your skills, your abilities, your personalities, and your values. So your brand is everything, okay? It defines you, okay? And the goal is to leave an employer with an idea of how you're going to contribute. So your brand, just by talking about you, tells an employer how you're going to contribute. And a brand statement clarifies your most important values. So there's a reason why we do a brand statement. One sentence is going to define you. So a brand clarifies you, make sure it's authentic and it's consistent and it's relevant. So it's going to make everything concise and it's going to differentiate you from others and it shows where you stand. Okay. Personal branding helps build the reputation that is desired and leads to a successful career. It takes time to build a great brand. Okay, do you think that Louis Vuitton, Ferrari, Rolls Royce, all these big brands just decided, I'm a name brand and you're going to want me? No, it took time. You had to learn to like these things, and people have to build their brand. Now, right here, people get this wrong all the time. A brand statement is one sentence. Boom. Statement means one sentence. Boom. So we're going to define you in one sentence and tell the employer, this is me and you want me. Okay? You're not saying, please take me. No, you want me, and this is why. Do you understand what this class is doing? It is empowering you. You're turning the tables on the employer. Before it's like, oh God, please let me have a job. Let me work for you for little bits of money. Please, please, please. No, it's like, yeah, you want me? This is what I have. Now, here are my demands. You are turning the tables. You are empowered. So, what we are doing, we are reflecting those again aptitudes, skills, abilities, personality that we are going to give you. And in exchange, now you tell me what you're going to give me, and I'll decide if I want to work for you. Now, it sounds like you're very egotistical, but no, it is a trade off. It's not one sided anymore. I give you this, you'll give me this. Before is, please let me do whatever and you'll give me a little bit. It's not that way. It's more of a fair game. Okay, so this is a tagline or a slogan. We already know America runs on Duncan. Okay, we've know slogans like that, but we're not gimmicky. We're not coming up with a tagline like that. This is something more suited to a company wanting you. Okay, and it's to give an employer how you would contribute to them. Okay, so again, we're going to be concise and we're going to use keywords, okay, to build this. So we're going to start with our reputation, defining ourselves, and we're going to have skills, hard and soft skills. Okay, so we're going to start, what do others say about us, how they would define us, and focus on our hard and soft skills. Okay, and we're going to limit ourselves to short phrases, and then we're going to compile them into one statement. Now, that sounds impossible, but it's not, okay? People do this all the time, and you can do it too. And once you have this, this goes on your resume, your cover letter, social media account, portfolio. This is your slogan, and you put it everywhere. And that's another thing that's on the midterm. Where do you put it? You put this everywhere. You stamp it on everything, okay? So, what does a personal brand statement looks like? These are some of these examples, okay? A creative problem solver who can combine mathematics skills and science expertise to help develop sustainable energy sources, okay? That tells you exactly. They are a problem solver. They can do math and they have science expertise and they can develop, okay? So, right here, a product development coordinator with impeccable time management skills dedicated to this. Boom. So you're telling them, this is what I can do, and I do this. This is what I have, what I can do. You can do this too. What do you do well, and what are your skills? Boom. This is why I said start thinking very specifically. Don't say, I'm good at this. What do you do? Okay. I resolve conflicts among employees and I use my electrical skills to create boom. Okay. I have, you know, managerial skills and I work well with large and small animals in group environments, ba da 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 da. So you see what I'm saying. Take your descriptions of what people say about you, then combine some hard and soft skills into one sentence. That's why we write down what people say about us and then some hard and soft skills and put it together in one sentence. Does everybody understand this? Okay. So think about what somebody would say about you to describe you and some hard and soft skills and put it in one sentence. And that becomes a brand statement. Do not get it confused with this, a personal commercial. Now, a personal commercial is also called an elevator pitch. Has anybody ever heard of an elevator pitch? Okay. An elevator pitch is called an elevator pitch because you and another person step into an elevator at the same time. And that elevator is moving up the building. And you have about 30 to 60 seconds before that person is going to get out of the elevator. And you need to convince them that they either need to hire you or give you more information about your career. How do you do this? Okay. So these are not just completely out of the blue. They are rehearsed introductions, and it gives a brief information about your background. Brief. Remember, you only have 30 to 60 seconds, and some of your career goals. Okay? So, where else would you hear this? How many people hate that question? Tell me about yourself. Anybody hate this question? I know you do. Yes, we all hate that question. This answers that question as well. This is why we do this, because you will have this question. Okay? So, this commercial also helps you network for a job and advice. How many people understand how important it is to network? Do we understand you need to network? It's not a question of, I don't know if I want to. You need to, flat out need to. Okay. So you need to create these. And when you do a personal commercial, you need to let them know, hi, my name is so and so. I am looking for a career in this field. These are the skills I have, and I'm looking for it in this area. Okay. For one where you're looking for advice, hi, my name is so and so. I have skills in the following career, and I'm looking to grow my expertise. Would you, boom. So there's two different ways to look at this. One, you're letting them know you're looking for a career or a job in this field. Would they happen to have one available or know someone who does? Career advice, you're letting them know, I want more information on this. Would you happen to have time to help me or know someone who is? Both times, you're telling them what you want and making it very clear exactly what you want. Okay? You're driving this and you're telling them what to do. Notice that. You're directing. You are the one in control. Now, they can say no, and then you thank them for your time, their time, and you move on. End it. Okay? It's like a bad relationship. End it and move on. Okay? You don't come back. You move on. Okay? Some people go, oh, you come back and try again or blah, blah. No, you move on. Okay? So, how do we do this personal commercial? Look, first thing we do, we check out our brand statement. So then we look at our education, soft skills, and hard skills. Notice we keep coming back to these skills. Why? Because we need to know what we know. And I mentioned this in week 1. Know what you know and know what you don't know. Okay? And then we need to know, what do we want? Do we want a place in our career, or do we want information? And then we tell them what we want. Okay? And we tell them exactly what we want. Okay? And that goes something like this. So, our brand statement was a marketing professional who is dedicated to creating jaw dropping promotions. Boom, this is who I am and what I do. Now, let's look at their commercial. I'm Susan Rakowski, an assistant marketing product manager. That's what she does with a degree in marketing communications from Baylor University. There's her education. I'm located in the greater Houston area. That's where she is. I'm looking for a career in an advertising agency. That's what she wants. My skills include, boom, there's her skills. I'm proficient in blah, blah, blah. I'm flexible and blah, blah, blah. Again, there's her skills. So she told you who she is, what education she has, where she is, and what she wants. Okay, do you see how you do this? So she went from her brand statement, who said she was a marketing professional and she does this, and she expanded into a commercial that says who she is, her job title, her education, and her skills. This is Tell me about yourself. That personal commercial. Tell me about yourself. Now, where else does this go? You know that little part at the top of your resume where people goes, currently looking for a position and blah, blah, blah? No, you put that personal commercial. Do you see where these link together? Does everybody see that? This personal commercial goes at the top of your resume. Now, when you go in and that person goes, tell me about yourself, you give them a personal commercial. Now, when they look at your resume, boom, it's tied into that personal commercial. It sinks in, it resonates, it builds that bond. You're reinforcing. Now they've heard it, they've seen it. What happens when somebody is trying to sell you something? They show it to you, they tell you about it, they put it in the store. You see it on shirts, you see it on trucks on the highway, you see it on billboards. So, what happens? It sticks in your head. Stick in the person's head. If you're not tying your stuff together, you're like a puzzle that hasn't been assembled, and they're not going to assemble it for you. Okay? Pay attention. You might be thinking, oh, this is too much work. This is too much work. Well, I'm sorry, you don't want the money. Is there anybody out there who's like going, oh, I've got too much money. I don't want this? Take the time. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. And you do this once and you reuse this over and over. Okay? It's like a good pickup line. Everybody like good pickup lines and you reuse them over and over? I know some of you do. This is a pickup line for a job. Okay? You use it when you're networking, you use it on your resume, you use it in the interview when they say, tell me about yourself, and then you don't sweat that question. Okay? I'm telling you. There's a reason why we do this and we pull it all together. So we rehearse this. And why do we rehearse it? Because you never know when it's going to pop up. Anybody ever go to those theme parks? You know, Universal, Mickey, those type of place? Anybody? Yeah. And you're standing in line forever, so you talk to people that you'll never ever see again. Yep. Ran into one of my students there, was talking to him in line, chances of that happening, unheard of. Person in front of me heard us talking. It turned into a job interview for my student. They had their personal commercial. By the time we got to the front where we got to ride a 30-second ride after standing 14 hours in line, the person had a interview. No lie. Think about that. You never know when opportunity's going to strike. Spend $14,000 to ride a 30-second ride, but they got a job interview out of it because they were prepared. Now, I'm not saying that that's always going to go happen and you're going to stand in line at amusement parks until you get a job. But I'm saying you don't know when things are going to happen, so you're prepared. Okay, practice in front of a mirror, or like I tell people to do, use your cell phone. Record yourself. Practice your personal commercial so it doesn't sound like you're reading it for word. Ask your friends, your family for legitimate feedback. Okay? Practice, practice, practice. Does everybody understand the importance? And if you don't just blow smoke. Really understand why this is key. Because when people come in front of me and they don't understand these things and they're doing an interview, it's bad. And I have been known to tell people that are doing interviews with me, look, you've got great skills, but this interview isn't cutting it. Practice before you go to your next job interview. Real world is harsh, and it's hard enough to get an interview. Be prepared. Okay? Y'all understand that? Yes? I want you to be prepared. Start putting these pieces together, and it's going to seem a little strange, but try to put these together, okay? We ready for this? Y'all ready for tonight's participation? You're not going to like this one, but I want you to do this, okay? So hang in here. So we're going to create a brand statement, okay? Now, look right here. Try this. Don't just skip out on it. Don't try to play the point game and only do the easy ones. So I want you to try this. So the first thing you're going to do, define your reputation. Think about what people say about you. Then list your skills, hard and soft skills. Be specific. Okay, hard and soft skills. Then try to put those together in little phrases and then make one sentence that describes you. And this will also answer that question, tell me about yourself. Try, okay? I'm not saying everybody's going to be perfect. These are not easy to do the first time. Try. That's all I ask of you. Legitimately try. Some of you will knock it out of the ballpark first time. Always happen. Some people will struggle a bit. Let me see the struggle. Don't don't fear not doing 100%. Fear not doing. Okay? Giving up and throwing away the towel, boom, that's the only way you fail. Got it? So everybody's going to try this, right? We can do this. I believe in you. I need you to believe in yourself. Okay? By 10 o'clock, I want to see a brand statement from everybody. You don't have to write out all these steps in your answer. I want to see a brand statement. Okay? It doesn't, don't create a catchy logo. It's how you do your one statement. Tell me about yourself. That's your brand statement. It defines you, your reputation, and your skills. All right? We got this? Yes, yes, we got this. All right. So I will see you tomorrow, 6 p.m., and I'm going to see some incredible brand statements tonight. All right? Y'all have a great evening. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.